This is ABC15 Mornings.
The U.S. setting a new daily vaccine record as some states prepare for a major drop in supply of one of the vaccines.
Helping people with physical or mental disabilities get vaccinated, how they are finally getting attention after months of waiting.
Plus an update on the Margot fire as families are finally able to return home. The Disaster Assistance Center is now opening today to help some of those families who have been displaced and are in need.
And we want to say good morning to you. We've just come up on that 6 o'clock hour here on ABC 15 Mornings. I'm Megan Thompson.
And I am Mark Thompson. I know we got a lot to get to today, including the weather. But first, Megan, I understand you have an update on a breaking traffic situation we told you about last hour.
Yeah, we are actually. It looks like we're going to take a live picture for you this morning as I work to get some traffic maps up for you in this area to see what's going on. This is actually the scene on the Loop 202 Red Mountain Freeway. This is near 52nd Street. We are hearing that this crash does involve a minor, something that we are keeping in mind here. We have a crew on the ground right now who is giving us this live picture and also getting us this information there on the crash. Again, this is the Loop 202 Red Mountain. This is eastbound there near 52nd Street. All we know right now is it is a multiple vehicle crash. Our crew on scene tells us 2 people were transported from that scene. Like I mentioned, including a minor. This crash is blocking quite a few lanes from what we can tell from our ADOT crews who are tweeting out some updates for us right now is that people are only getting by in that HOV lane because of this crash and because of all the emergency crews who are on the scene. We also have word on the I-10 eastbound at 91st Street. We have a police situation in that area. The right lanes are blocked. So we do have a busy morning here on our roadways on the 202 Red Mountain and on the I-10 eastbound near 91st Avenue. We will continue to keep you updated once we learn some more information on this. Let's turn now to that most accurate forecast for you on your Sunday morning as you try to make those plans, right, to wrap up the weekend. Another warm one coming your way. So if you liked yesterday, if yesterday was a nice day for you, you were able to get outside, that's good. It's going to be very similar today as we look at Phoenix Sky Harbor right now. 65 degrees, the humidity 23%, the dew point 26, winds out of the east right around 8 miles per hour. So a little bit calmer than what we felt yesterday is what you're going to expect today. Also more clouds are going to move in today, but that sunshine is going to continue beating down. We will get into those 90s. I'll walk you hour by hour in your full forecast in just a little bit, Mark.
Megan, thank you. Now to a major vaccine milestone. Yesterday, more than 4.5 million vaccines were given out in the United States. That is a new record. And here at home, more than 2.5 million Arizonans have at least one dose, and more than 1.6 million people are fully vaccinated. Well, as vaccination efforts continue to move full speed ahead, some states they are bracing for a major drop in supply of that one-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine. ABC's Christine Sloan has more.
More progress in the effort to get Americans vaccinated. The White House saying more than 4.6 million doses of the COVID-19 vaccine were given Saturday, breaking the record set last weekend by 500,000. But case numbers are also on the rise in the U.S. On Friday, the U.S. reported 82,000 COVID cases, the highest single-day case count in almost 2 months. And the third straight day, they topped 75,000 nationwide. The country bracing for a significant drop in vaccine doses. Johnson & Johnson's supply expected to fall 85% this week.
The last thing we wanted to hear about was we're getting less vaccines.
In Michigan, which has been inundated by the UK variant, officials partnering with colleges to vaccinate students before they head home. The governor also calling for a 2-week hiatus on high school and youth sports.
We need everyone to step up and to take personal responsibility here.
While in Europe, regulators are now looking into a possible connection between the Johnson & Johnson vaccine and a small number of blood clots, something some American health experts want examined.
We'll see whether or not that's a problem, but the important thing is to look.
But there's good news. Arkansas reporting no new COVID deaths Saturday for the second straight day, and Los Angeles County reporting the lowest positivity rate since the start of the pandemic. Christine Sloan, ABC News, New York.
And an update on some of our vaccination sites. The vaccine site at Phoenix Municipal Stadium, it closes today. That site will move to ASU's Desert Financial Arena tomorrow. And State Farm Stadium, it will also shut down and move to Gila River Arena. That'll be on April 23rd. This as temperatures start to heat up.
Hundreds of people in the disabled community were able to get their first dose of the vaccine yesterday, all thanks to an event at Ability 360 designed to get people back out into the world and out of isolation. For months now, many with physical or mental disabilities have felt left behind. Christine Sojona is visually impaired. She struggled making an appointment.
I tried to call in somewhere or get an appointment almost anywhere because now it's open to everyone. It was almost impossible.
Yesterday, she was finally given some peace of mind after getting her first dose, meaning an eventual end to the isolation she's dealt with far too long. 800 people got the vaccine yesterday. Another 1,000 are expected to get it today. Looking ahead, next Friday and Saturday, the city of Peoria is hosting a COVID vaccination clinic at the Peoria Sports Complex. They will be giving out the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, which means you only need one dose. You need to register beforehand. For more information, go to peoriasportscomplex.com.
And developing this morning, a car plowing into the front door of this home. This is at Bethany Home in 41st Avenue. This happened yesterday afternoon. Inside that car, a woman who had been shot multiple times. All we know right now is that that woman in the car, she was shot before that crash, but it's still not clear if that's what caused the crash. That's because there was a 25-year-old in that crash with the 25-year-old woman who was shot. She was taken to the hospital in critical condition. A man was also in that car, but he is expected to be okay. We spoke with a mom who was inside the house who says that her daughter was in the room where that car hit. Luckily, she was pushed out of the way just in time to avoid getting hurt. That is lucky for the daughter there. And another story that we are tracking for you this morning. One person hurt after being shot in Chandler near Chandler Boulevard and McQueen. Our crew's seeing a large police presence there yesterday afternoon. We also saw one person being taken into custody, but no word on any charges at this point.
Developing this morning, one person was killed in an apartment fire near 81st Avenue and Indian School yesterday. Phoenix firefighters telling us a neighbor called for help after seeing flames from a second floor window. Firefighters finding a body inside the apartment after they were able to get past the flames. Police are now investigating the cause of the fire.
Today, a memorial is happening for the 3 people that were killed in a train crash near Kingman. This was back on Easter Sunday. Organizers of the memorial tell us that the victims, they were returning from an off-roading trip when they were hit by an oncoming train.
Now to our wildfire watch. Families finally allowed back in their homes in Dudleyville after the Margot fire forced them to evacuate earlier this week. The flames destroying several buildings. The fire is still about 50% contained. Crews are still on the ground, keeping hotspots under control. This morning, a disaster assistance center will open up for those impacted by the fire. It'll be at the Dudleyville Multi-Generational Center. It opens at 10 a.m. The Red Cross will be there to help those affected by the fire.
New this morning, the president of the Navajo Nation, Jonathan Nez, has vetoed a resolution to open tribal roads on the reservation to tourists and other types of visitors. The resolution was approved by the Navajo Nation Council last month. Nez says that tribal roads will stay closed because of COVID variants that are now spreading, and more people need to be vaccinated to move closer to herd immunity. Nez says that he is prioritizing the Navajo people's safety and health over the visitors' desires to visit those lands. Well, looking ahead this Thursday, splash pads in Peoria, they are reopening as temperatures start to climb. Now, there are splash pads located at Rio Vista Community Park, Pioneer Community Park, Paloma Community Park, and Camina El Lago park. They will be open every day from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. This will be until October 15th. Well, are you concerned that your kids could have ADHD? This morning, ABC15 Health Insiders, they are breaking down when to get them tested and why you should get tested as well. Plus, do you need to rent a ride? The app that's offering a unique way to help you get around town.
Thanks for watching ABC15 Arizona, streaming 24/7 on Roku and these streaming devices.
Well, after spending so much time at home together during the pandemic, a staggering number of parents, they have questions about ADHD and children. This morning, the ABC15 Health Insider team taking a closer look, also sharing why a diagnosis for your child could mean a diagnosis for you.
The forced change in routine brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic has made remote learning especially difficult for children who thrive with a routine at school.
It's harder. I mean, at home, it's really hitting kids with ADD in the gut because the structure isn't there and they don't have the ability to socialize and bounce off other kids. And so the parent has to step in, and it's just a harder situation because they have to structure their own time more and behavior.
And let's face it, right now during COVID, we're trying to hold our own worlds together.
With so many families working and learning from home, calls to the helpline for children and adults with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, best known as CHAD, are up by 62%. The group, founded back in 1987, to help frustrated parents and kids find information and support.
It's just more than before. You're just seeing the extra stress that it's causing on these children, anxiety, some depression, feeling bad about themselves, more disorganized, and not performing like they were before.
Dr. Sanford Silverman specializes in state-of-the-art treatments for ADD and ADHD in Scottsdale. Our ABC15 Health Insider is also a former school psychologist who says distractions and sitting for long periods of time can be tough for anyone. But knowing if your child has ADHD isn't as easy to diagnose as you might think.
You have to look at, how chronic and pervasive are these issues? Is this something that's just occurring now because of some external stresses or more demands in the environment, or school's harder, or is this a pattern that we typically have?
So if your kids are showing signs of being impulsive, inattentive, or hyperactive, Silverman says it is probably time to see a professional. But kids aren't the only focus here. Some parents calling into that helpline are sharing their own struggles with time management and the ability to focus.
Further complicating the issue is ADD is typically a genetic issue. So basically, the parent is having to deal with the child's ADD, and good part of the time or percentage, one of the parents has it themselves.
And sometimes we don't know.
Right, exactly.
And that was Kaylee O'Kelly reporting. Dr. Silverman also says that some simple changes at home can make life a little bit easier for the entire family, like setting some consistent scheduled times and clear guidelines for daily tasks. Our ABC15 Health Insider team is here to help you through some of these issues and help you make the best informed decisions for you and your family by giving you straight answers from the medical experts and professionals. We hope that you will continue to send in your questions and story ideas. You can email them to healthinsider@abc15.com. You can see all of our stories on abc15.com/health.
Just after 6:15 now on your Sunday morning, let's get a check of your most accurate forecast to wrap up your weekend. I hope you have some great plans in store today. If they're outdoor plans, I would just suggest that you get them done early because we are going to warm above average once again today. But to start the day absolutely beautiful conditions outside in the 50s and 60s all across the valley. So let me walk you through this here. 63 in Apache Junction, 61 in Santan Valley. We're in the 50s in Gilbert and Chandler, 60 degrees in Ahwatukee, 58 in Levine, 60 in Glendale, 66 degrees for you in Deer Valley. Good morning to you. 63 in Goodyear and 59 degrees in Buckeye and Wickenburg. For your valley planner, hour by hour, here's how the day shapes up. So we'll be in those 70s by 8 a.m., mid 70s by 9 a.m., and then those 80s will come into play right around 10 a.m., 84 degrees by 11 a.m., and then we'll continue to climb from there, getting close to 90 degrees right around 1 p.m. and we will get there today. So maybe it's time to hit the pool today. 93 degrees. The high we are tracking, the UV index is at an 8. That is very high. That means your burn time is right around 15 to 25 minutes. That's how quickly that your skin can burn if you're not protected, seeking shade, putting on that sunscreen. Your air quality is in the moderate range. No storm chances to speak of, just sunshine. You will notice though some clouds moving in later on this morning and this afternoon. Those increasing there and sticking around into those overnight hours before starting to clear out. As we look at those highs across the state today, 71 in Show Low, 71 in Heber, 77 is what I was looking for. In Payson, 79 degrees for you in Sedona along the rim. As we look to the east a little bit more, Safford, 88 for you, 91 in southeastern Arizona, 91 there in Tucson, 76 in Prescott, 69 degrees to the north in Flagstaff, 71 at the Grand Canyon, 85 in Kingman, and to the west we are seeing those low to mid 90s, like 95 degrees there in Bullhead City. So the winds calming down in the valley today. They will pick up later on this week for quite a few days, but tomorrow we're only tracking winds about 5 to 10 miles per hour. But in northern Arizona, we're going to see those gusts pick up to 20 miles per hour. And here is why. We have a system that's going to move to our north. This is that high pressure that has raised those temperatures well above average, but a disturbance to the north moves in. This is Tuesday at 3 p.m. where we do see the possibility of some of those showers breaking into our state. Not the valley, but the state could see some rain. And then this system will bring those breezes, clouds, and of course those cooler temperatures that I have been talking to you about all morning long. So 93 today, 92 tomorrow, and breezy. And those breezes stick around through Wednesday. But on Wednesday, we see our temperatures break back down into those 80s. 87 then, 95 on Thursday, which is much closer to the average for this time of year, which is 84 degrees. Then 86 on Friday and 88 degrees as we look ahead to next weekend.
Looking good. All right, Megan, thank you. Still ahead as summer heats up in the valley. Scorpions come out. We'll have tips for keeping them out of your house. Plus, museums in the age of COVID. The new drive-through exhibit open now.
The temperatures, like it or not, they are warming up. And what I know I do not like for sure is those creepy crawlies that come out because of it. We are talking about scorpions this morning, and we had to bring in one of the experts to break it all down for us, Tony Gonzalez. He is one of the co-owners of Scorpion Repel. Tony, can you tell us a little bit about why the scorpions, they want to come out as our temperatures start to climb?
Absolutely. So with scorpions, as the weather gets cooler, they want to be in a warmer place. And that's why you're going to find them inside of your walls. So they're going to go in there over the winter. They're going to go into what's called like a hibernation or a diapause. But once it starts warming up, then they're ready to start feeding. And so that's why now that the temperature is changing, they're actually coming outside.
If you do see a scorpion in your house, what is the best thing that you should do? Do you stomp it? Do you run out the other way? Do you call a pest control immediately? What's your best advice for someone if they were to spot one in their home and don't know what to do?
Well, you have to get rid of it. Now, obviously, I try to save them because I use them in my office, but ultimately you do want to get rid of it. So if you can stomp it, you want to get rid of it. Obviously, scorpions, it's really hard to tell if they're about to give birth, and if they do, there's a lot of scorpions that will come out of that one scorpion. So you want to be mindful. You get rid of that scorpion and then definitely take a black flight and start looking. You want to pull things back away from the interior of your home. For instance, bookcases and so forth. Take a look there and then start focusing on the outside so you can stop them before they get in your house.
And what are some preventative measures? I know obviously this is what you do for a living. What do you tell homeowners when you're coming out to their houses if they have a scorpion problem, or even, I guess, just one is enough to say it's a scorpion problem?
No, one is enough, definitely. But right now, I mean, they should rely on their local pest control. That's actually going to reduce the number of insects that are outside your yard. And obviously that will help with the scorpion population. It helps also with scorpions. But what we do with Scorpion Repel is we created a product called Aversion, and it's a clear application. It's a one-time application. We put it outside the base of your home at the very bottom of your home. It dries clear, hard, durable, and almost like glass. And since scorpions can't climb glass, they cannot get into your house. And since over 90% of scorpion stings happen inside, you want to make sure you keep them outside.
How did this technology come about for you guys, and what's it been like to have it implemented here in the Valley?
Well, my co-founder, he was infested with scorpions and he was using all kinds of pest control. It just wasn't working. He came up with the idea. He started talking to me about it. Of course, he was asking legal questions because I'm an attorney, but I really didn't have scorpions, or at least I thought I didn't. And not more than a few months later, my son was stung by a scorpion. He almost died. It was the worst experience ever. So then I jumped on board, and my partner and I, we were able to get a chemist. We were able to find manufacturers, and we figured it out. And honestly, this is the best way to treat for scorpions right now here in the Valley.
Can you give us the details too, if someone heard about your product, heard about your company, and maybe they need help at their home? What are the details about how they can get in contact with you and the company?
Well, definitely they should contact Scorpion Repel. They can go to our website, www.scorpionrepel.com. But we are now offering Aversion, which is the product. We're offering it to pest control companies. So if you have a pest control company servicing your home, ask them if they use Aversion. And if they do, then they definitely can put this product on and you're going to be safe.
Perfect. Tony Gonzalez with Scorpion Repel joining us this morning. We have got to be prepared for this. We know we live in the desert here in the Valley of the Sun. And I appreciate your information on how to keep us all safe and protected this summer.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
All right, 6:26 now on your Sunday morning. Get a job that pays up to $70,000 a year. No college degree required. Coming up, the Rebound Arizona team reveals how you can get training now.